Hello, and welcome, true crime sleuths, to the first episode of Truth Unveiled, where I will peel back the layers of history to expose chilling realities that lurk beneath the surface. I'm your host, T.U. Sleuth, and today we embark on a journey of two affluent young men from Chicago who believed they could outwit the law and commit the perfect crime. So buckle up and prepare to be captivated as we delve into the riveting story of Nathan Leopold and Richard Loeb. Bobby Franks was born Robert Emanuel Franks on September 19th in 1909 in Chicago, Illinois. He was the son of Jacob Franks, a wealthy businessman who had made his fortune in the watchmaking and banking industries, and his wife Flora Franks, who was of course the mother of Bobby Franks. The Franks family was well respected and prominent within the affluent Jewish community of Kenwood, a neighboring city on Chicago's south side. Bobby was described as a bright, athletic, and well-mannered boy. He attended the prestigious Harvard School for Boys, where he was an exemplary student and a member of the school's baseball team. His life was filled with the comforts and opportunity afforded by his family's wealth, where anyone could really dream of course. But despite his privileged upbringing, he was known to be down-to-earth and well-liked by his peers. Bobby's family lived in a luxurious mansion at 5052 South Ellis Avenue, not far from the homes of Nathan Leopold and Richard Loeb. The boys were acquainted due to their social standing and proximity, although Bobby was younger and not closely involved with them. Well, dear listeners, it all comes down to this. Leopold and Loeb had an insatiable thirst for validation, their unyielding belief that they were destined for greatness, not to mention their intellect was off the charts. However, as we know, combining a high IQ with a penchant for crime is like mixing oil and water. Nothing good comes from it. These guys were literally scholars, and definitely not just some petty thief on the side of the road somewhere. They were born into a wealth and privilege with minds sharp as knives. They used to execute their deadly plan. And of course, their victim, you ask, was Bobby Franks. On May 21st, 1924, Leopold and Loeb set their plan into motion. They drove around Kenwood in their rented car. Richard Loeb, who knew Bobby as a distant cousin and neighbor, offered Bobby a ride. Of course, he had agreed. However, as soon as Bobby was inside the car, the premeditated murder had begun. Loeb, driving the car, engaged Bobby in casual conversation to lower the guard of him. Then, without warning, Loeb struck Bobby on the back of the head multiple times with a chisel. However, despite the severity of the blows, Bobby did not die immediately. So to ensure his death, Loeb then dragged Bobby to the back seat and stuffed a rag into his mouth to stifle his cries. Bobby ultimately died from a combination of the head injuries and suffocation. When they were finished with their fun, Leopold and Loeb drove to a remote area near Wood Lake in Hammond, Indiana. They pulled off the road and carried Bobby's lifeless body to a culvert to obscure Bobby's identity and hinder the investigation. They stripped his body and poured hydrochloric acid all over his face and genitals, and then shoved his body back into the culvert. Back at the home with the Franks, a terrified Flora and Jacob received a note. It goes as follows. Dear Mr. Franks, your boy's been kidnapped. We demand $10,000 in unmarked bills for a safe return. Follow our instructions precisely, and Bobby will be home soon. Any deviation will result in dire consequences. With cruel precision, they followed up the note with several phone calls to the Franks household. Each call was a calculated move in their twisted game, ensuring that Flora and her family clung to a desperate hope. As days followed and turned into an excruciating blur, Flora followed their instructions to the letter, each step further embedding the illusion that Bobby might still be alive. The family's hope was kept alive by these deceitful calls, as they held on to every word, every promise, in the belief that it would bring their beloved Bobby back. The authorities, however, were also misled, chasing phantom leads and false hopes. The ransom demanded served its purpose well, diverting attention from the real crime and giving Leopold and Loeb a twisted sense of control over the situation. However, This will all change on May 22nd, 1924. With the discovery of Nathan Leopold eyeglasses that he inadvertently left at the scene during the struggle with Bobby and the unraveling of their alibi, Nathan Leopold and Richard Loeb faced the full weight of justice. Convicted of their murder, they were sentenced to life in prison, their dreams of intellectual supremacy shattered by the cold reality of incarceration. But perhaps the most tragic consequence of their action was the end of their once inseparable friendship. Bound together by a shared belief in their own invincibility, they now found themselves torn apart by the consequences of their crimes. As the dust settled and the echoes of their trial faded into memory, the legacy of the perfect murder attempt lingered on. Theirs was a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked privilege and the folly of believing oneself above the law. The impact of the case extended far beyond the confines of the courtroom. It sent shockwaves throughout the world. Criminal psychology prompted scholars to delve deeper into the minds of those who commit acts of unspeakable violence. It also spurred changes in the legal system, leading to reforms aimed at ensuring that justice is served swiftly and fairly. In the end, the legacy of the Leopold and Loeb case serves as a haunting reminder of the darkness that lies within us all, and the importance of remaining vigilant against the temptation of hubris and arrogance. For their story is not just a tale of murder and betrayal, but a cautionary tale for generations to come. Maybe if they had stuck to playing chess, things would have turned out differently. I just want to thank you all for joining me on this captivating journey through the shadows of history. If you found the tale of Leopold and Loeb as gripping as we did, then you won't want to miss out on another riveting true crime story on Truth Unveiled. So, dear viewers, I encourage you to delve deeper into the mysteries of the criminal mind by exploring my channel. Share your thoughts and reflections on the Leopold and Loeb case in the comments below. Your insights and perspectives are very, 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 very valuable to me, as I will most definitely read about all of them. I will need all the support I can get. After all, it is my first podcast. I will definitely take recommendations, anything that you guys have that is insightful, or if you just want to talk about the case. Like I said, I don't mind reading things. I don't mind criticism, corrections, anything like that. Please leave them in the comments below. That is fine by me. And don't forget to please hit that subscribe button to stay updated on future episodes, where I and we will delve deeper into more infamous criminal cases that you will definitely be on the edge of your seat for. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and never stop seeking the truth. This is Truth Unveiled, signing off.